This is Unit 6, Day 6, Part 2. It says, because fractional equations often involve denominators containing variables, it is important that you check and see if any of your solutions to the equation make it undefined. Okay? So this is basically telling you that you're going to have extraneous roots. What are we talking about? What I've been talking about the whole lesson. You must check, because if any of them make it undefined, you're going to reject that answer. Those rejected answers are called extraneous roots. You could also use your graphing calculator, and this is also intersection points as well. Okay? All right, so this one is crazy. It's a trinomial, so what am I going to do? I'm going to factor that. Okay, so I'm going to say what multiplies to a positive 15 but adds to a positive 8, you get plus 5 plus 3. Now look, guys, they're usually nice. Here's the plus 5 already. Here's the plus 3. So your LCD is going to be the x plus 5 times the x plus 3. Put it over 1, and who cares? So we're going to multiply each minor fraction by that LCD. Okay? Again, just like complex fractions. So I'm going to take my x plus 5 times my x plus 3 all over 1. That's my LCD. And I'm going to multiply it by that first fraction. So it's x plus 1 over x plus 5. Okay? Second fraction. You take your LCD again. So x plus 5 times my x plus 3 all over 1. And you multiply it by that second fraction. That second fraction is 18. And keep the factored form. That's over x plus 5 and x plus 3. And that's equal to the last part on the right side of that equation, to 9 over x plus 3 times the LCD, which is x plus 5 times x plus 3 all over 1. So when I box these in, I have one blue box, two blue boxes, and then my third blue box. Okay? You can cancel any top with any bottom. So now the x plus 5s are matching marriages. They're gone. So now I have the x plus 3 times the x plus 1. I have to FOIL. Okay, so you got to do your first outer, inner, last. All right? When you do your first outer, inner, last, you're going to end up with that FOIL over there. That first term is going to be x squared plus 4x plus 3. Again, that came from x plus 3 times x plus 1. I FOILed it. There you go. Okay? Carry the plus down. That's right here. This next one, look at this. Everything wipes out here. Leaving behind ones. And what am I left with? 1 times 1 times 18 all over 1 times 1 times 1. So that's just a big 18. Okay? We'll clean this up in a minute and we'll combine like terms. On the right side of the equation, the x plus 3s are gone. So now you have to distribute the 9 to the x plus 5s. And you're going to get the 9x plus 45. Okay? Let's combine like terms. So it looks like the 3 and the 18 are the only thing I can combine. So I'm going to get x squared plus 4x plus 21 equals 9x plus 45. At this stage in the game, you should be thinking trinomial. So let's move everything to one side to let it equal, set it equal to 0. Okay, so I'm going to get x squared minus 5x minus 24 equals 0. Now you're going to factor the trinomial. You're going to say what multiplies to give me a negative 24 but adds to a negative 5. It's negative 8 and positive 3. So I get x equals positive 8, x equals negative 3. Now remember, you have to check your answers. When x is 8, 8 plus 5 is 13, so you can accept it here. Down here, same thing. You're going to do 8 squared. You can come back to the original or here, it doesn't matter. I'd go back to the original just in case you made a mistake factoring. 8 squared is 64. 64 plus another 8 times 8, which is 64. 64 and 64 is 128. 128 plus 15, I know is not 0, so I know that's not going to become undefined. And the last one, I substituted 8 in. 8 plus 3 is 11. 8 100% gets accepted. Okay? Watch this. Negative 3. Plug it into this one right here. Negative 3 plus 3 would be a 0. That makes it undefined, and it's an extraneous root. You reject it. So your only solution here is x equals 8. If you type this whole left side of the equation into F1 on a graph page, and the whole right side into F2, you're going to see that they only intersect where x is 8. Okay, it does not intersect at -3. Alright, last one here. LCD. In order to get the LCD, you're going to factor that. Okay, so you're going to get x plus 6 and x minus 2. So guys, again, look, we're always pretty nice to you. You need one of each. So your LCD is going to be x plus 6 times x minus 2. Okay, put that over 1, who cares? If you are trained, just multiply each fraction by this LCD. Rewrite it, box them in. Some of you are going to be quick enough to realize this one has both. If you multiplied it times this LCD, they both cancel and you're left with just the 4. This one, you have the x plus 6, you're missing the x minus 2. So you know that that one's only going to be multiplied by the x minus 2. This one has the x minus 2, it's missing the x plus 6. So the shortcut could be, okay, this has them both, it doesn't need them, you have just 4. This has the x plus 6, it's missing this, FOIL. This has the x minus 2, it's missing the x plus 6. If that blows your mind, then you need to be taking the time and be writing every single piece times the LCD over 1. So for those of you that are not sure what I just went through, I will do it with you right now. There's the first fraction. Okay, second fraction, x minus 1 all over x plus 6 multiplied by its LCD, x plus 6, x minus 2 all over 1. Carry your equal sign. They gave us 1 over x minus 2. You multiply by the LCD, which is x plus 6 times x minus 2 all over 1. So I have 1 blue box, 2 blue boxes, 3 blue boxes. Okay? First one has them, oops, I didn't want to do that actually in blue. The first one has both x plus 6's and x minus 2's. So that's why you're left with this lonely 4. And you get 4. Okay? The second box, you can get rid of the x plus 6's. Now, you have x minus 1 times that. The only way to do it, guys, is to FOIL. So you got to FOIL that out. So when you FOIL that out, you're going to be left with x squared minus 3x plus 2. Okay? Last box, x minus 2's are gone. So you really just have 1 times x plus 6, and that is x plus 6. Clean up this side, put it in order. So the only thing that really combines are those two, but let me put it in order. So I have x squared minus 3x plus 6 equals x plus 6. Okay? Move everything to one side. You should hopefully be thinking trinomial at this point, so keep that x squared positive. You minus x from both sides, and you minus 6 from both sides. And you're going to notice something happens here. Those cancel. So I'm left with x squared minus 4x equals 0. That's no longer a trinomial, guys. That is a GCF. So you just have to do the greatest common factor. I can factor out an x. I'm left with x minus 4 equals 0. Split down the middle. I get x equals 0, and I get x equals positive 4. Now, don't automatically reject x equals 0, because when you plug in a 0 in this first denominator, 0 squared is 0, plus 4 times 0 is 0, but then you have negative 12. So you have 0 minus 12. That's a negative 12. It can be accepted here. Over here you plug in a 0. 0 plus 6. 0 plus 6 is 6. That's safe. And then your last denominator would be 0 minus 2. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. That's okay. So you're going to accept x equals 0. Okay? Now you're going to go through and just check 4. Okay? So 4 squared is 16, plus 4 times 4 is another 16. 16 plus 16 is 32. 32 minus 12 is not 0, so you can accept 4 in the first denominator. Second denominator, 4 plus 6 is 10. That's okay. And the last one, 4 minus 2 is 2. You accept them both. Okay?